Alright everybody, and we are back. We're going to jump into this $55, $25,000 guaranteed tournament. We're going to pull up the lobby here first and take a look at it. So first place, top three positions, $2,000. Average pot or average chip stack right now is 14. Starting stack is 10. So we're not too under the gun jumping in. So here we go. Let's see what we can make happen here. This is the highest stakes game we have played thus far on the channel. Highest stakes one that we've streamed. I have played these stakes and up, but never streamed and chatted about them while doing them. So we are the short stack of the table, but not by much. That's expected for having joined late. Queen deuce off and under the gun +1. Blinds are 240 and 120 with a $30 ante. And we need to put back our note of no open limping. One and a half times big blind bet there. Is that enough to make B. Carl fold? It is. King 6 off under the gun. Get out of the way of that one. Diamonds on the board. Who's got one? Queens. Either one of them had the diamond. Got a min raise from Roland M. One caller. We hit our middle pair. And a half potted. Pot bet gets one of them out of the way. Now we have a nut flush draw. We're going to get as much money in there as we can right now and hope the nut flush hits. Alright, I hit the king. So let's shove and hope he's sitting on a queen, because he's been acting like he's got a queen. We have the king of diamonds, which blocks the nut flush. And we take it down. Gaining about $6,000 in our stack off of that hand. Luckily, we were able to get him to call with that flush draw on the board, or the made flush, because then the shove was predetermined already. top pair with this one, but a fairly connected board. A little more than half pot bet from Missy. Ah, look at that! We're on the front page. That's pretty good considering when we started. We started a little bit late. We were the short stack at the table. I'll get out of the way of that. Pin it up there so you guys can see it. Raise from the big blind and a call. Big blind takes it down. Jack 7 off in the cutoff. We'll get out of the way with that. I know we're playing loose in the cutoff position, but that might be a little too loose. Two flushes out there plus a pair. Ace 3 off and the hijack. Min raise and a call. I think that's enough for me to get out of the way. This is not a strong enough hand for me to want to go in. Ace with a small card. I mean, I could hit a wheel draw. But like in this scenario, I hit an ace, but any other kicker is beating me. Because if they had a 2, they'd have 2 pair. So any other kicker beats me. So this is a hard spot to continue. Although you hit top pair, you can come along, but if anybody else hit top pair with you, you're behind. So that's one of the reasons I didn't play that in that position. Under the gun plus... No, I'm in the low jack now. Low jack with 3 deuce off. Raise from Steezen. A little more than 2 times bet on top of what B. Carl already has out there. Probably what he was thinking about. Jack 9 off, under the gun plus 1. Nope. As we're getting closer to under the gun, we should be more and more tight. Min raise from Roland M. B. Carl doesn't even want to play for a min raise. Ace 4 suited under the gun. No. Looks pretty, but because they're suited, but still, anybody behind me could wake up with something, and then I'm basically praying for a heart flush draw, or a heart flush. So, I mean, not the best scenario to be in. And look, raise behind me for the people called. Not a heart to be seen. So that would have been a very bad situation for us to be in. Then have 3 people acting behind me. Would not have been a good spot. Dank Nugs at 420 has been applying aggression the entire time at this pot. Two hearts is really a brick, doesn't do much for anybody. I think Nugs may be sitting with an overpair, trying to get calls from those flush draws and they don't hit. Queen 4 off in a big blind, and Dank Nugs raises it up again, but it's barely over another big blind size, so I'm going to defend my big blind anyway. hope for 3 fours. All right. So this hits my range more than it's anybody else's. I didn't have to put in any extra money to get there. And I take it down real easy. And that was more position and range than anything else. That hit my range more than anybody else. It was all small cards. Everybody else had raised, and I was already the big blind. I was already pot committed for that amount. All right, 9 deuce off, facing min raise. Then Nugs calls it off. Carl bets 15% pot bet. Jeez. That's the, if you have any kind of draw, you just hang around. Seven brings in some straight possibilities, but it would only really be Dank Nugs that's rocking any sort of straight that would land in that range. Like a 6-8. 6-3, something like that is way more in Dank Nugs range than B. Carl based on the pre-flop flop action. Alright, all in by B. Carl coming over the top. Maybe he's got a king. Six-4 off on the button. Get out of the way of that one. Got a coffee. Gonna have to get some tea when we're done here. Queen 5 of spades in the cutoff. 1 min raise ahead of me. Now I'll get out of the way. If there was no pre-flop action, then maybe. But with the action ahead of us, we don't need to get overly gutsy in that scenario. Raise from the big blind. A good size raise from the big blind. Bump it up to 1,400. And a call. Does a small blind want to play? He does not. Ace Jack 7, 2 diamonds. Big blind is applying a little less than half pot pressure here. Carl thinking about it. He folds. 7 and 8 offsuit. Five, 9 off under the gun. I'm going to avoid that one. And the whole thing is we just continue to play solid strategic poker. And just slowly notch our way up. And we need to be adjusting our ranges based on position. Need to 3-bet the flop more often. That was one thing that I've been reading up on that a lot of people don't do and they should do more frequently is 3-bet the flop. A lot of the flop bets are empty continuation bets, so a 3-bet will commonly get them off the hand based on stuff I've read and watched. I'm not saying that's 100% the case, and there aren't scenarios in which that doesn't make sense. Just saying that it's something that is underutilized as far as what I know. Alright, so we hit bottom pair with runner to the nut flush. And this again hits our range more than it hits anybody else's range because we were already priced into the hand when it hit. And that's why we can take it down with a little over half pot bet. Alright. Ace, queen of clubs. Now Dank Nugs has been kind of aggressive. So let's bump it up a little bit. He wants to play. We hit 2 pair. There's not a lot he's going to hit to get us off this, so we will try to 3-bet it. Check raising. It's half potted. Made the mistake of checking all the way down too frequently. Ace queen off, okay. Very similar to the last hand, just not suited. Alright. Pretty solid hand against Missy. Alright, we're going to get out of the way of this one. Glad we didn't 3-pop it. Oh, and Dank Nugs just folds? Alright, not what I was expecting. Props for the nice all-in. I was expecting Dank Nugs to call. I don't know why you would have bumped it like that, then not called the all-in, but good to know that he'll 3-bump it after 2 players have called the raise and then fold 2 and coming over the top. Alright, we got 10s. 5 times. Let's go 5 times. 1400 is 5 times the big blind. See if anyone wants to play. If they do, it's quite possibly a coin flip. Do we want to call? We have them covered. Let's fold and live to fight another day. Now we know that Rolling M's is going to do that when we 5 times bet a lot of the time. So let's do it with something real strong next time. We'll consistently start doing the 5 times betting powerful hands. Alright, lots of ways to make a straight out there. And 9s takes it home. Queen 5 off, we're going to get out of the way of that one. Flop middle pair, but that's a whole lot of connected board out there. Got a straight, a flush draw, trips are possible, although not probable because I feel like someone would have raised more if they had jacks, queens, or kings in the pocket. Min raised to me. I hit my 4. Queen 4 off in the small blind. There we just kind of made back that money from Rolling M that they worked us out of when they shoved all in. So feeling a little bit better about myself now as a result of that. Because yeah, we never knew which way we went with that when we didn't call. So we always want to be bumping up our small blind. Alright, we hit our 4. Now we got a straight draw. So if king hits, we're good. Or if he folds, we're good. So there we go. We're good with that one. Pocket 9s on the button. This is a good spot to be in. We're definitely going to be bumping it up here. Let's bump it up to 5 times the big blind. Miso is someone that we played with in a different tournament on a different day. So So a lot of familiar faces out here. And a call. All right. I mean, assuming there's no ace. You know, this is what I said. We gotta 3-bet the flop more often. It's the ace. Man, not good for us. That was unfortunate. So now we're gonna build back up again. We still have 30-something big blinds, so we're fine. Definitely off that front page again, though. We always want to be hanging around on the front page. Three minutes left to our 5-minute break. 5 suited in the cutoff. Facing min raise. Had kings. That's alright. Kings with a very weak kicker. Six deuce offsuit. We're gonna get out of the way of that one. Gone well with those pocket nines that I had a couple hands ago. An all in and a call from Miso. Miso's pretty solid from what I remember. So maybe sitting with ace 9, right, or jacks. Oh, wow. Spikes the river. So now all the money I gave to Miso is now over with Zizhaye. Or something like that. We're heading towards a 5-minute break here. During the break, I'll be getting some tea for my Ember coffee mug. I'll have the link in the description for this and a little clip of what it is and how it works, and an affiliate link if you want to get yourself one. It works wonderfully for keeping any of my drinks warm while I am either working in my office or playing games. We'll also have a link for the new mic. Our audio quality got much better with a new mic, and it was fairly inexpensive. So I'm going to throw that in the chat there, or in the description. So any of you looking for a better mic for your Zoom calls or online gameplay, whatever it is, this is a great USB mic by CM Tech. Good mic. All right, we're going into the break. So when this hand is over, we're going to go there. So I will see you guys back after the break. If you haven't already smashed that like and subscribe button, please do so. It really helps the channel and helps me make more content for you guys to watch and learn from. And we are back with 3 seconds to spare. Queen 5 suited under the gun. Gonna get out of the way with that one. Not that great of a hand for being under the gun. If I was in a different position, it might be better. I'll go ahead and turn on my Ember Mug. We just put the tea in there, and it's gonna be steeping. And for those of you who are unfamiliar or have not seen a video before, we have Fred in the coffee mug. Fred is a tea steeper. He's silicone, and the tea is in his lower half, in the pants, if you will. And so he just hangs out on the edge like it's a hot tub, and it makes me smile. So I'll have links to Fred and other types of tea steeping options out there as well to go along with that Ember Mug. But yeah, the Ember Mug, it's got a little coaster that's plugged in, sitting on my desk, and that's where I set it back down the majority of the time. And off of the coaster, it has like an hour-ish, I think, long battery life. But it works great for me to be sitting here playing, keeping a caffeinated tea or coffee in the morning. It's phenomenal. So if you've never tried one, I encourage you to do so. I'll have a link to the mug and to the travel mug. Travel mug's pretty cool too. All right. Now we got some people getting back from break. B. Carl and Missy in the hand. It looks like B. Carl may not be back yet. He is not. $7-2 offsuit. Worst hand in Texas Hold'em on the big button. Or the big blind. Big button. On the big blind. I honestly don't even know if I'm supposed to defend this. It has the least probability of turning into anything. So we'll see what happens as we go around. I mean, if nobody raises, then yeah, I'll limp and see if I can spike trip 7s or trip 2s or 2 pair or something equally as disguised. But yeah, not a strong hand. B. Carl came back, but now is failing to act, which is interesting. All right. Limps all the way around, and went all around my 7 deuce, but didn't touch it. So I could take a stab at it. I don't know if I want to take a stab at it. I guess there's just 2 players behind me that were yet to act, but still not the best way to go about it. Now we got a straight draw. If we spike a 5, we make a straight, which really is hitting my range and Missy's range more than anybody else's range. So you know what we'll try here? We'll try a 3-bet, because that's what I said I did not do often enough, is 3-bet after the flop. I really said on the flop, but I guess it's we're on the turn. Oh man, was not expecting Miso to call. What is that? Man, Miso's committed a third of his pot. I really hope a 5 spikes, because we're going to be in rough shape on the river if we don't spike a 5. All right. We can't go crazy against Miso. Miso will just demolish us. They're a solid player. They've been toying with us the whole time. I need to get in a pot with Miso with a strong hand. Ace high, man. to 990. I got King Jack off. I got a solid hand. Move it all around our King Jack off. Got a third size pot at it. Maybe take it away from Missy. Now we have a straight draw. Oh, and we'll take it down. All right, I like that. We gotta slowly make our way back up. Still need to double up even to get onto that front page, but we can get there to where we were prior to taking that loss to Miso. And then shortly after that, Miso took a loss and gave it Ziz Hayeye. Oh man, we would have had 2 pair in this one. But again, not one we should have been in with 10-7 off. All right, in the cutoff, we have 8s. We are rocking the Snowmen. And we have... All right, you know what? I was saying I could 3-pop it, but let's hope we spike an 8 and have a fairly disguised trips. Because we're going 5 ways to a flop. Only overcard is a king. Chances of one of the 4 of them having a king is pretty good. I mean, my 8s are looking better now, considering nothing else has come over the top of it. Alright, I bet I'm gonna 3-pop. I'm gonna get out of the way of that, which sucks, but yeah, one of them probably has a king. Let's see what happens. Was he not going to call the 3-pop? Gets stuck with his hand in the cookie jar. What's he going to do? He's letting it go. Man, what a disaster. Loved to have been in there with those snowmen, but I guess there's not much we can do about it. We would have flopped an open-ender. At that point, you'd really be hoping for the 8, because the king also gets ace-10 there. Would have a pretty long straight if the 8 gets there. But again, doesn't do us any good because we're not in the hand, because we shouldn't have been in our position with 9-10 off. Raise and then a 3-bet. Re-raise. So we took. ace jack off and under the gun +1. We've got 30 big blinds-ish. A little more than 30. So we're gonna pot bet this one. See if we can get some action. Ah, shoves all in. Do we want to do it here? Big blind. Have a lot of things. Ah, where's a jack? Man. Alright, we got knocked out of that one. So, alright, everybody, thanks for hanging around. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next one.